I told my mom, brother got a bigger piece of chocolate. You are not fair. Mark to his teacher, I also want to sit in the first row. Why did you place Brian there? Now he has a better position for watching a movie. No, I won't watch it. I protest. Or this situation or reaction. Come on, Dad. You are not fair. I cannot have, well, marks, as I don't have a super laptop as Alice does. It is easier for her. She has her own room. And what do we have? We live like a tribe. All of us in 2 rooms. Suzy, Jack and me, 3 in 1. Of course I can't study, and I won't. Considering familiarity with these and similar scenes, a primary school should add one more obligatory subject on the list of the existing ones. They can name it life. If all of us have had such a life-essential subject, we would not witness the scenes from the beginning, but rather focus on true matters and the only veritable realization, which is, all of us get the only important and unique opportunity that makes us, people, equal. That opportunity is called life. It is not a smooth surface road, or a game without obstacles. On the contrary, the perks of our lives lie precisely among these uneven parts, and bumps and obstacles. We are supposed to spend our time on our own life roadworks. Bad or good, whatever the weather, we should not cease our works on improving, perfecting our roads, that is, lives. Luckily, there are many supportive life pioneers, whose endeavors and policies of minding their own businesses, and doing their best, stimulate our own struggles. And who remind us that our obvious shortcomings and challenges are jumping boards for gigantic and grandiose diving into life. Yossi Ghinsberg has always known the adventurous nature of life, and he has literally experienced one of its ultimate versions, survival in one of the most indigenous parts of the world. What started as an exploration, ended as a survival battle for his life. Do you remember Kevin McAllister and his urban New York adventures? Well, the only difference is the reality of Yossi's adventure, in the middle of the Amazon rainforest. Though Yossi's journey started as an exploration with some daredevil acquaintances, this young man got lost and had to fight against poisonous snakes, jaguars, starvation, hallucinations. This occurred in 1981. After 3 weeks he was rescued by some indigenous people and an acquaintance. There is a movie based on Yossi's incredible adventure. And you thought that such stories appear only in books, not in life? Well, never say never. Of course he has achieved other successes since this Amazon adventure. Never say never is also a motto that describes Cody McCasland's opposition to his doctor's diagnosis. Namely, although the doctors thought he wouldn't make a day, due to a rare birth defect, Cody has made years. One more obstacle, amputated legs, when he was 15 months old. He got prosthetics and, against all the odds, started not walking, but running. Believe it or not, he became a swimmer and runner. A professional athlete who has taken part in many competitions. Last year he recovered from one of 30 surgeries he has undergone so far. His dream is to take part in Paralympics. One more dream, to become an anesthesiologist, as he has accumulated so much experience as a patient. Well, he would like to experience the other side, or role. On top of that, he helps people with various physical disabilities to overcome those challenges by brightening their days with his unique energy and optimism. Energy and optimism played a decisive role in J.K. Rowling's life. The states of being divorced and left alone with her baby, as well as being on welfare, were triggers for Joanne's clinical depression. However, as you probably know, these circumstances were also triggers for her decision to rebuild her life. But not so fast with fixing the life road. There were at least 10 more bumps on her road, in the form of rejections of 10 publishing houses to accept her Harry Potter. Yet her persistence and dedication resulted in fixing that bumpy part of her life, as Bloomsbury gave her a chance. The rest is history. Apart from her billionaire dollar income, Joanne earned the adjective of an inspiring woman. One more inspiring story comes from Bethany Hamilton, a Hawaiian surfer. Her career started as an 8-year-old girl who won a few surfing competitions. Her love for surfing and water was tested when she had a tragic direct contact with a tiger shark. She was 14 and she lost her left arm. But this wasn't an impediment for her. What's more, she started surfing 1 month after the mishap. After learning to surf with one arm, she took part in and won a national surfing competition 3 months after the accident. Can you imagine that? Bethany also wrote a book based on her experience, and a feature movie, Soul Surfer, was also shot. In this movie, she performed surfing scenes with one arm. Apart from Soul Surfer and Jungle, there is one more movie recommendation, Homeless to Harvard. The movie is based on Liz Murray's experience, her life bumps, and her ways of fixing them. This is her background. drug-addicted parents, starving or eating toothpaste and ice cubes for meals, no home. Still, this outstanding lady managed to finish high school. And now comes the icing. Was applied to Harvard and got accepted on a scholarship. All thanks to her dedication, hard work, and belief that anybody can afford themselves not only cake layers, but also its fillings and icing. Steve Jobs also had a hard time fixing some uneven parts on his road. Unlike Liz's childhood, Steve didn't have difficulties as a kid, although he had been adopted. As a teenager, he was lost for some time, as he didn't know what to do with his life. A typical teen, right? And he gave up college, but he continued attending creative classes. At that age, he had to earn penny by penny in order to buy a meal. These problematic phases were over by starting Apple Computer with his friend. The business was successful, but when Steve was 30, he got fired. And what now? Keep inventing, keep working. Make failure your advantage. Eventually, Steve succeeded. After Pixar and Next, Steve got back where he started from, Apple. There is no doubt that you have already been familiar with Steve Jobs' milestones. Still, his milestones may not be as tough as Oprah Winfrey's ones. Before becoming the talk show queen and a billionaire, Oprah had faced grave challenges. Her childhood was especially hard. As her mother worked long hours, male family relatives used that to abuse a little girl, who finally left her home at the age of 14. Unfortunately, she was all alone. After a miscarriage, she started living with her dad. She was a brilliant student at school, and as such, she started working as a reporter. We all see her qualities on TV and in magazines. Smile with the radiance of positivity and self-confidence. Unlike the Oprah Winfrey talk show host, Steven Spielberg wasn't really successful in studying. The movie director of E.T., The Color Purple, Men in Black, and Jurassic Park had trouble enrolling in a college because of his low grades. Finally, California State University accepted his application. Guess what? He dropped out of the university to direct TV productions in Hollywood. As a winner of a few Oscars, he completed his education by returning to the university and graduating in 2002. And it is difficult to imagine the movie world without his stunning creations. And only thanks to his determination to pursue his dream. Dropping out of school, succeeding against all the odds, and Marshall Mathers. It sounds similar to Spielberg's life road. First, Marshall is much more famous as Eminem. Now it is clear whose life road is considered unbelievable and motivating. Eminem also had many troubles while growing up. Constant moves from place to place, so that his mother could find a job, a participant of many housing projects, a victim of bullying, and drop out at the age of 17. These moments in Eminem's childhood and adolescent phase would be considered as indicators that the boy would end up in the street, as a gang member, or a problematic citizen of some poor and dangerous suburb. And he chose music, he chose art to fight back, and won those battles. He even got admiration from Afro-American rappers, since Eminem had competed with the best of the best in the rap music world, the Afro-Americans. Apart from the admiration, he joined these extraordinary rappers as one of them, as one of the greatest. Although not as famous as Eminem, Oprah, Joanne, Spielberg, and others, Martha Mason also stands out as a person with unbelievable power, limitless energy, remarkable courage, and insatiable thirst and hunger for life and living. Do you see this immobile 800-pound tube? Martha spent 61 years of her life in this iron lung, due to polio, which she got at the age of 11. She could be named as a life valedictorian, considering the fact that she was a high school valedictorian, and the first in her class at 2 universities. One of the colleges presented her with an honorary doctorate degree. Thanks to the cooperation and custom-built intercoms, Martha followed the lectures, worked for a local newspaper, and wrote her memoir, Breath, Life in the Rhythm of an Iron Lung. Progresses in speech recognition technology and internet developments meant satisfying Martha's broad range of interests. On top of that, she was always dedicated to maintaining strong connections with her church and community. Apart from managing her household, she would often organize dinner parties. This extraordinary lady died at 72. Thus she became the polio survivor who lived longer than any other polio patient. All of these life roads confirm the statements from the beginning of this video. Life roads are bumpy roads. There is a lot of room for improvement. These bumps are opportunities for advancing. These people's life roads works lead you in the right direction. The direction which demands perseverance, mental strength, belief in the good, humanity, good intentions, self-confidence, hard work. Now, you can add more, many more people, many more of their qualities. On that expanded list, do not forget that any name can appear. So, focus on your life road, and make those bumps less bumpy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like and comment. Stay awesome.